Right, I've just popped in here with a little bit to say. I made this video and realised I hadn't pushed the button. That's where the old button's going, you know what I mean? The old brain's not as sharp as it was, you know. Wednesday morning. I'm living here in my I call it a double garage death camp. Because where I live is about the size of a double garage in the day when I used to build houses. Yeah. And the majority of people around me are on the verge of, well, that's changing actually. I'm getting to be one of the oldest, which is quite shocking. When I came here 7 years ago, I was the youngest by far. It's incredible how some of them are still going in their 80s, late 80s and 90s. But I've lost many close neighbours in a complex of only 20 houses. And dementia is just rife. Whether you blame it on Sellafield or whether you blame it on old age, I don't know. But what I've come on for is to have a rant basically about. I've been changing a few videos around for no other reason than I do enjoy a chat sometimes, and my complaints regarding Tesco or whatever I've been moaning about, the RBS or points I like to make. But look back at the comments going back years ago. So I haven't looked at YouTube for a long time, and I mean it. I put an odd video on, and I'm a different kind of person than I was in those days. But the thing that strikes me more than ever is the negative comments that people made, calling me a lazy bastard or a dosser, and a lot of people supported me. Well, I mean, honestly, I fucking grafted from 15 years old as a brickie. From 11 years old, I was a milk boy every morning for 2 fucking hours, running, sat on the back of a fucking milk cart, delivering milk, and I had to run to get back home for the bus. You know, or I'd have been late for fucking school. Or I'd missed the fucking bus, which was 3 miles away from school. No time for a shower then, you know, and a pamper, or a Costa coffee on my fucking way. What's the fuck, man? I had to fucking, you know, do that every morning. And in the latter days, before I got to 15, where I took on the brickie apprenticeship, yeah, I was doing that 7 days a fucking week. In fact, on Saturday and Sunday mornings, I was working fucking 7 till fucking 11. Yeah. My original apprenticeship as a brickie was a 57-hour week for £13 fucking 50. Yeah. Dickheads. But I don't do anger anymore. But what I'm saying to you is, all these comments that were not just made, but let's just say are part of our daily, unconscious, shall I say, interpretation of what is really going on. Because I look back now and, I visited Preston, the town where all that shit kicked off, a few weeks ago, and I sat with 6 mates, close friends. I found one, a very close friend, you know, a lot of time together in our youth, and we worked together a lot, who has recently been diagnosed with terminal prostate cancer. Well set up, worked all his life, just about perfect for retirement. 66 and wallop, yeah? That's the diagnosis he's been given. No, that doesn't just change small parts of your life. That changes his life in the sense that, all right, he's got so many years to live. he has chemo to prolong his life, which makes him ill for weeks on fucking end. His holidays that he was taking and was planning to take during his retirement are no longer fucking available now because insurance companies want ridiculous amounts for him to even get on an aeroplane. Yeah? Do you understand what I'm saying? But let me just fucking wake you up to this, you fuckers. There's a picture of 6 or 7 of us, yeah? I was the only council estate kid. The rest of the kids came from private housing. Well-to-do, in my mind. Parents worked at BAC, worked at the council, school teachers, blah, 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 doctors, you fucking name it, man. Their kids were doing all right, Jack. And we all met up as kids in our early teens, because in those days to be an apprentice brickie was something people took on. And I got myself a job as apprentice brickie. It was a lucky thing to do in those days, even though my headmaster thought it was a fucking idiotic thing to do. But then again, he was a one-eyed old cunt. But what I'm saying here is the rest of the guys came from quite affluent families, private housing. They became apprentice brickies. I think there were 5 of us apprentice brickies out of this crew of 6 or 7 on this photograph I recently took. Yeah, and I've told you the first one has been diagnosed with prostate cancer, and who knows how long he's got. As I look at the second one, and I'm reminiscing on the photograph here, so I might not get them in the right order. Second one has 3 blood clots behind his ear within days of having a COVID vax. Yeah? Just recently had a hip replaced. After leaving, such as the building trade, and halfway through his working career became a fireman, and then later on, before retirement, drove an ambulance. Well, do you know what I'm saying? Blood clots behind the ears aren't exactly fucking what you're looking for in life. Third one, who's actually one of the few who wasn't in the building trade. Yeah, he drove a wagon. He drove a wagon all over Europe. He was seriously ill for years. Yeah, none of these are 70, yeah? So when you talk about your fucking retirement, 66, 67, mate, they're always fucking long for you when you've got it, right? If you don't stand by fucking changing that, you're fucked. But, yeah, this wagon driver is just, well, I think it's 18 months ago now, he's had a lung transplant. Not many survive that, He's a tough little cunt, so he has survived it. But it's changed his fucking life, because the lung's all right now, apparently. At 60 fucking 8, I think he is now. They're asking him to get a job to supplement his, let's say, pension. He's not entitled to pension credits or anything else like the sick, because he's all right now. He looks fucking terrible. He's got a new look. He can't drive a fucking wagon anymore. But they won't give him anything else to help, All right, I'll carry on. Right? The next one in line, I think these things come through the post, don't they? Where they have to ask you to have these certain, checks. NHS do it. You can't get a dentist to fuck all. You can't get a fucking doctor's appointment, but they're always asking to check you for this and check you for fucking that. You know what I mean? And he had one of those checks, and apparently this this fucking valve going into your heart wasn't good. So he had to go through major heart surgery. Major, man. From what I believe, he was basically shaking his hands at the last moment with his mates as if to say, I probably won't see you again. He's got a lovely family, worked all his life in the building trade, ended up in fucking management, top management, very highly qualified, cracking lad. major heart fucking surgery. And a new knee, I think. Yeah. I don't think his wife's much better either. Anyway, as we go on, we've then got me, who, as I say, like, I've been fucking about with two knees now for fucking years. I can hardly walk, and the pain's fucking unbelievable. But I've just been diagnosed after having to go to Birmingham for a sit-up scan with stenosis of the spine. So basically, the nerves that run through my spine are catching against the bone, and I've got numb legs all the time. I can't fuck. Weakness in my legs. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. I consider myself all right compared to, some of the guys I'm talking about. And here, another one in the photo, yeah. One of the fittest lads I've run in my life. Cracking cricketer, cracking footballer. Carry the odd, yeah. On me for a few years and my mates. 9 O-levels, fucking super fucking intelligent at school and all that. But almost like, shall we say, fucking, opted out of that kind of life. Travel around Germany with me, carrying the fucking odd, grafting as a brickies fucking labourer, drinking, laughing. These are middle-class kids, don't get me wrong, These aren't your fucking, like, so-called, as you call it, some of you Tory cunts, sink housing estate kids. These kids, you're pretty well fucking educated kids, like I say, 9 O-levels, man, Top golfer. Threw the fucking odd away in his mid-30s. Got a top job. Ran a massive chemical fucking company. Whatever you want to call it. Anyway, he was knocking out 150 grand a year. Before he's just recently retired. And he's retired because walking through Asda, he's had a massive seizure. Yeah. Not a fucking ounce of weight on him. Healthy as fuck. 64, I think. Nowhere near real retirement. Yeah. Are you getting what I'm saying? Are you fucking even realising what I'm talking about here? 6 or 7 people who did it to the rules. Busted their fucking arse. Yeah. Planned everything for this fucking retirement. Yeah. And you know what they got? Fucking, they haven't got time on their hands. Let me tell you that. And the retirement's been fucking ruined by diagnostic fucking bullshit. Huh? Honestly, don't you fucking believe ever that you're sat in there thinking you're all right, Jack. I've got fucking people dropping right, left and centre around me. And I'll go to the opposite here. I'm going to change it. I've got a fucking uncle who sat on fucking millions, right? Who won't put the heating on in his fucking house, yeah? He's got scarves wrapped around his fucking neck, yeah? And he's got his daughter's partner, who's a fucking bag of shit as far as I'm concerned. He's been basically handed power of attorney over my uncle's assets, which, as I say, it's a lot of money, yeah. And this guy who's recently lost my uncle's daughter to an awful disease sits to treats him like shit, to be honest, man. He's just eventually, after our complaining, put him into a care home because he was living at home. He wouldn't turn the heat on, the fuck all. I understand that he's lived at his home all his life, but this fucker was sending him meals round, mate, that you wouldn't feed a fucking pigeon on or a fucking dog on, Morrison's Savour meals, Morrison's Extra Value meals, There is no problem with the fucking dough, it's in the account, you know what I mean? But that's my moan for the day, actually. Yeah, I'm having a moan, and you might see more of me than you expected. And that's purely and simply because I'm a little bit pissed with what I'm seeing of, like I say, I am a different guy. Alcohol takes you below thought. But I've always needed something to actually bring me down a level. So I look and listen to my stuff and struggle by with me incapabilities, and mentally I am aware of the moment. I'm so aware of the present moment, and I'm so lucky to still be here. It might be a double garage death camp, and many people might do a lot better than me, but I'm content, I'm happy. Yeah. There is a way through all this shit. But as I've just said about the list of my mates who have set it all up well, and are prepared for what they consider to be retirement, it's not walk in the park. It's not. This paradise, this nirvana, this enlightened stage in life. Old age is a terrible fucking affliction. Stay cool, man. Stay in the moment, the present moment.